Hi and welcome to another episode of Toby's Barbecue Corner. Today we're making a stuffed veal kugel, a thick veal flank. Now what you need for it and how to do it, I'm going to show you in this episode. Right, and this is what we need for today. Now obviously we need a piece of veal, and this is a veal kugel, that's what it's called in German. It's the thick flank, so basically kind of like the upper part of the leg of the cow. You can make really nice and lovely schnitzel out of this, so just to let you know. What else do we need? We need some rosemary, some thyme, you need some dried tomatoes, you need some spring onions, you need some sour cream, you need the rub of your choice. I like to use pine nuts as well. I think it just gives it that lovely texture. Now I roasted them this morning. You need one of these. This is kind of like a net where the veal will go into to keep it all nice and tight and it doesn't fall apart on the smoker. And today's video is endorsed by Lockmaster Trinidad and Tobago, so big shout out to them. Right, we want to start off with the stuffing, so all we basically do is we are just going to combine all the ingredients, and obviously I will put the amounts in the description for you below, but it is fairly simple. So the rosemary and the thyme I've chopped up a little bit, the tomatoes I've cut up a little bit as well, you know, just to make it a little bit easier to spread them about. And you don't actually need much because obviously we don't want it to come out on the sides, but it will give it almost like an Italian kind of flavor. You know, the tomatoes will do its thing, the rosemary and the thyme as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. We will be smoking on the Traeger Pro 22 today, and we are doing that somewhere between 110 and 120 degrees, and we're looking for an internal temperature of 78 degrees. So it will take some time, but I'm hoping that, you know, obviously the Traeger will release some lovely flavors. We're going to be smoking with hickory today, just in case you were wondering. Hickory seems to really be the, I don't know, my go-to kind of pellet these days. I think it just releases a lovely flavor. I know you can go with cherry and whatnot as well, but I just don't find it penetrates the meat as much as I like. So I like to go with something a bit more substantial when it comes to the flavor profile. So a little bit more and some rub as well, but the rub will mainly be for outside. All right, so pretty much done, and then we have to open up the thick flank to stuff it. Right, here we go. I'm not going to bother taking, you know, this stuff off. Well, maybe this I will, because obviously it is a fairly lean cut of meat, so you don't want to remove too much fat because you will need that fat to make sure that you have enough moisture in the meat later on. So just be careful with it. And then we're just going to turn it around, and I have already checked prior, so there's no bone fragments, so there shouldn't be any more. I think I got them all out. And then we're now going to try and butterfly this. So what you want to do is you want to kind of like go into the bottom third of the meat and start carving, and then we'll see how that turns out. It's always a bit of a game, so to speak. And as you can hear, I'm a little bit under the weather, but you know, we need to eat, so I'll have to do it anyways. But this is coming along nicely. So that's one slice already, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do another slice, and then we can roll it up nicely, and it will nicely fit into our netting. So I'm going to finish this up, and I'm going to show you what to do next. There we go, all done. I'm quite satisfied with how it looks, and now we're going to put in our stuffing. And what I usually like to do is I like to take the sour cream out of the fridge about 20 minutes prior to actually cooking, simply because once it has reached room temperature, it is a little bit easier for it to mix with all the other ingredients. Sometimes it can be a bit cold and therefore a bit stiff. So as I said, I like to do that. Now this is entirely up to you, however you want to do it. But I think this will be absolutely fantastic. Now leave a little bit of space on either side, simply because when you roll it up, it will spread and there will be some coming out, but if you leave yourself enough space, that should be okay. Here we go. Looking nice. So, and then don't forget the spring onions. We're just gonna drizzle them very loosely over it. Obviously there's no point in putting any of these bigger pieces on the outside because it will just simply fall off when you handle the meat. So whatever you can fit inside is best. There we go. And now I think you've seen one of these in my previous videos. This makes it extremely easy to roll it up, shove it in there, and then it has the netting. So let's see if we can get this done without too much mess. And obviously the tighter you wrap it, the nicer the slices will come out later on. And as you can see, there is some coming out, but don't you worry about it. It's totally fine. Now you can also do like wrap this with butcher twine. This is entirely up to you. I just like to use my little device here simply because I have it, and it makes it a little bit easier. Now what I like to do is I like to let gravity do its thing. So we just have to get it in here, tilt it upright, and then coerce it through there. And I'm sure for the purpose of this video this will be tricky, so you're going to have a laugh. And there we go, it's in. It's not pretty, but it's going to work. Now we're going to season it up after I wash my hands with a little bit of barbecue rub, and then it's going to go on the Traeger Pro 22. And there we go, all ready. Now I'm going to put it into one of these consist forms, simply just to keep the mess in the smoker at bay just a little bit. And then now we're going to be taking the Meter Plus, going to put it in, and as I said, we're looking for about 75 to 78 degrees Celsius right in the center. At about 120 degrees in the smoker. The Traeger Pro 22 is up to temperature. Now we're going to put our veal in, and as I said, we're going to be waiting for 78 degrees internal. Alright guys, exactly 7 hours and 20 minutes. So get this, 7 hours and 20 minutes later, we finally arrived at our internal temperature of 78 degrees. It has rested for half an hour. We're ready to carve. So let's see how this came out. And what we're going to do this time, here we go. The meter says so as well. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to actually leave the net on, simply because it's easier to carve when the net is on and you take it off afterwards. But let's carve in. It is super soft, and look at that smoke ring that it got. Absolutely fantastic. Of course, it's falling apart out here a little bit, but it is very, very juicy, guys. So I am quite pleased with this, and we're going to dig in now. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video about the veal, well, the thick veal flank. The veal thick flank. The thick flank. Anyways, it was absolutely delicious. It was mega juicy. Exactly how I wanted it to come out. The family enjoyed it, so that's all you need to do. Anyways, if you want to give it a try, by all means go right ahead. And if you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate a comment and a thumbs up. Please head over to that subscribe button for more great videos to come, and I hope to see you soon again at Toby's BBQ Corner.